In this chaotic era, I awaken the multiverse logistics system, connecting to infinite future warehouses. Supplies delivered wherever I want. Need food? Airdrop 1,000,000 rations. Need swords? Airdrop 10,000 steel blades. With a word, I cut off the world's supply lines. No troops, no blades needed. Controlling the supply chain, I am the uncrowned king of this chaos. In this chaos, my word decides life and death. My hand holds a universe. Others time travel to become kings and conquerors. But I'm stuck on the city wall, gnawing on tree bark, waiting to die.
Lenny, stop eating, it's useless. The city's food reserves are gone. At dawn tomorrow, the Northern Yan's Iron Cavalry will storm the city.
Host life critical. Multiverse logistics system officially bound.
Logistics system, what can you do?
Connect to future era warehouses. With chips, you can exchange for any supplies.
Where are the chips?
Gold, minerals, land, all can be exchanged. Beginner's package issued, canned food, bottled water. All delivered.
In this chaotic era, this is my capital to control the world. Zhanghu, come with me to see the city lord.
Sword Lord? What's the point of seeing him now?
Just take me there.
Lenny, here to ask how many grains of rice are left in the granary? I'll tell you, even the rats starved. What is this? Where did it come from?
That's not important. What matters is I have enough food to feed the 2,000 defenders on the walls for a full month.
What did you say? 2,000 men for a month? Do you know what that means? You're lying to me.
What good would lying do me?
What do you want? How much money? As long as you can help me hold the city. Half of Fengzhou City's taxes are yours.
I want the abandoned iron mine north of Fengzhou City, and all military equipment forging rights in this city.
Are you insane? What do you need mines and blacksmiths for? Planning a rebellion? Or profiting from war?
I just want to run a small business. Now, there are only two paths. Either you starve to death in the city, or you give me the mining rights. I'll guarantee you hold Fengzhou City.
Fine! If you can hold the north gate, take the worthless mine. If you can't produce the food tomorrow, I'll be the first to behead you.
Deal secured. Acquired primary resource point. Ownership of the abandoned iron mine. After eating, save all your strength. Tomorrow, we're making a big deal with those iron riders outside the city.
General, this thing is highly toxic. These deserters ate it and then. Stomach cramps, vomiting nonstop. The defenders must have poisoned the supplies. Poisoned. No, this isn't poison. There are supplies in Fengzhou City. And it's extremely high quality food. We will flatten Fengzhou by sunset today.
You don't know it, but you've just stepped right in my death trap. This whole battle was designed to lure you into this resource trap. The more you crave these supplies, the more you'll overlook one thing. It's not just about the food. It's a bottomless pit that will drain your entire army.
The Leni barbarians are charging. We're running out of crossbow bolts.
If we're short on bolts, we don't use ordinary ones.
Did you invent this?
I didn't invent it. This is a dimensional strike from future technology happening right now. A modular weapon system. An ancient weapon breaks. A blacksmith needs months to reforge it. But here, if a part breaks, we just replace that part.
What? What is this? Huh.
This is Fengzhou City's food stockpile. But this is just the beginning. I'm not aiming for lethality. I'm aiming for attrition. Archers target their supply wagons. Cut off their provisions. Let's see how long you Northern Yen can last.
What's going on? Why are the defenders' weapons so incredibly accurate and armor-piercing? And they never seem to run out of arrows. Keep investigating. I demand an explanation. General, their swords and arrows are too strange. Every arrowhead is exactly the same size. They can replace them with shocking speed. It's as if they have thousands of blacksmiths. working simultaneously.
This is standardized production. With industrial molds, you don't need master blacksmiths. Just assemble step by step. The weapons I produce in a day rival their monthly output. This is the core of economic warfare. Cost advantage. Open a few crates of our beef stew. Boil some water at the North Pass. And make sure the aroma from that stew drifts right over to the Northern Yin camp.
This is psychological warfare.
No, this is called market research. The despair that comes from such a stark comparison is more painful than a stab wound.
Is Lord Lin of Fengzhou City present? Our general has something to say. As long as you are willing to sell us the recipe for that processed meat, or supply the provisions directly, all this gold will be yours. And our army will immediately retreat 50 li right away.
In the end, wars are all about logistics. When the enemy realizes they can't seize resources by force, and their logistics are about to collapse, they'll turn into our most profitable customers. As long as we get gold out of it, even if we fatten them up first, it's still no loss for us to take them out afterwards. Let them come up. We got a business deal here.
Are you really going to sell to them?
Of course I will, but I get to set the price. And what we sell them isn't just edible. It has to make them dependent on us. My logistic strategy has only just begun. Once these barbarians get used to my modern food, the day I cut off their supply, their entire army of tens of thousands will completely fall apart because their appetites have changed. Tell Wang Yanlai that we do have canned beef and hardtack, but the price went up. 1 case of canned beef for 10 war horses. You can go back and ask him which matters more, his war horses, or feeding his 30,000 strong army tonight. Because in this era where logistics rule everything, you think you came here to storm my city, but actually you came here to give me your horses.
That aroma, that rich taste full of fat and sugar. After eating coarse grain and roasted meat my whole life up north, it was a heavenly experience I'd never had before. General, the soldiers don't want to fight anymore. Ever since they ate those canned meat we got from the city. When our brothers look at those stale black buns now, they might as well be eating sand. I know this isn't just food. It's poison. A poison that makes men weak, but I have no other choice. After the soldiers ate the provisions, their strength came back. But their will to fight is melting away fast. They don't crave plunder anymore, they crave Fengzhou City. My entire army has been broken apart by a few cases of canned meat. Lord Lin, the horses from Northern Yin. We've already collected 300 of them. Our Fengzhou garrison can now put together a proper light cavalry unit.
These horses we traded for grain. Pass the order. Raise the price again tomorrow. 1 case of canned beef for 20 horses.
20? They'll go crazy over that.
They won't go crazy. They'll go hungry. Hunger will wear down their pride. And the real killing blow is never in the food supplies. It's in our armory. This is the power of standardized parts. When the Northern Yin people's weapons break, they have to be melted down and reforged. But our soldiers just need to take out spare parts. Weapons restored in 3 seconds. This is the future of warfare.
Sir, someone has arrived from the capital. The leader is the imperial censor from the royal family. He says he's here to requisition your workshop.
Sure enough, in any world, once you master core technology, those blood-sucking parasites at court are always the first to rush in, trying to carve up your success.
Linny, you have some nerve. Privately forging weapons. Hoarding grain to build your own power. This workshop in Fengzhou City. The Emperor has issued a decree. It's to be taken over by the Capital Armaments Directorate. As for you, considering you still have some use, you are demoted to a minor clerk in the Armaments Directorate.
Sir, taking over here is no problem.
You're being sensible.
But sir, the reason this workshop can produce these things is because I use a special or purification method. A method only I know. If the workshop stops, Within 3 days, Fengzhou City's entire arrow stockpile will be depleted when the Northern Yin army attacks and the city falls. Sir, I'm afraid that official hat of yours won't stay on your head.
You dare threaten this official?
I wouldn't dare. I'm just stating the laws of logistics. Money, grain, arrows. Sir, you can take the workshop. But before you do, please help me resolve one matter.
What matter?
The 30,000-strong Northern Yin army outside city. They're still waiting for our supplies. Since you're sent by the court, surely you'll negotiate with the Northern Yin army to withdraw. And without giving them any grain, right?
You want me to negotiate with those Northern Yin barbarians?
Of course. If you can't reach a deal, then the Northern Yin army will, starving and mad, attack the city. And then this mess will still have to be handled by you, sir.
If I take over the workshop, I must defend Fengzhou. If you eat this grain, you must kill the wolf that comes to steal it. You set a trap for this official.
This is called a subcontract, Lord Wei. Now, do you want to take over this deal?
Fine. Very well. I'll handle the Northern Yin matter. But the workshop must keep running. If arrow production drops within 3 days, I'll have your head.
As you wish.
Lord Lin, this man clearly wants to seize power. Are we really going to hand the workshop over to him?
Leave it to Zhang Hu. Go replace those critical core molds. Swap them out for the improved set I just finished yesterday. Remember, the moment you start the machine up, it has to burn twice as much fuel as it normally would.
Got it.
Also, go tell the envoy from Northern Yin. The court has sent a more greedy official to take over the supply chain. If they want their canned rations from now on, they can go talk to Lord Wei themselves.
Yes, sir, I understand.
The moment court bureaucrats stick their noses into the commercial chain, that's when this logistics war truly hits its climax. I won't rebel. I'll just let the power of the old order starve to death slowly in its own game.
What's going on here? Why is production only half what it used to be? Why can't those pins ever line up with the holes right? You all are a bunch of useless trash.
The improved mold has extremely tight tolerances. In an industrial system that depends on precision, even the tiniest change in parameters can completely collapse the entire production line.
Lord Wei, this ore has too low purity and too much phosphorus. If we force forge the molds with it, they'll warp. Shut it! I don't care about anything but output. If we don't deliver on time to the Northern Yin army, it's not just my head on the chopping block, all of you will die with me. Northern Yan's envoys are here again. They're shouting insults at the city gate. If they don't get their full order of canned rations and arrows today, they'll tear up the treaty and storm the city. How is that possible? I sent them a shipment just yesterday. That was the last of the old stock.
Lord Wei, at our current production speed, we can't even supply Northern Yin, let alone re-equip our own city garrison.
Linny, you did this on purpose. You must know what's wrong with this workshop. Fix it right now.
The workshop isn't broken. The raw materials just stopped coming. When you took over, sir, you moved all the high-quality refined iron from the warehouse to build your private residence.
Ha! How could you possibly know that? I embezzled the raw materials to sell for profit back in the capital. Why you dare spy on me?
Lord Wei, this is a battlefield. Every movement of supplies is tracked through logistics. Either you get that refined iron back here right now and restart production, or you can go down to the city gate and tell Wan Yanlai from Northern Yin you used their supplies to build yourself a house. This isn't just a deadlock in offense and defense anymore. It's a deadly political crisis. Once the supply cutoff leads to the city being stormed, the charge of embezzling military supplies, and the responsibility for the defeat will all fall on us together.
Fine, I'll have the fine iron transported back. But you must resume production immediately.
That's more like it. But it's already too late to restock raw materials from scratch now. I do have a batch of emergency supplies here. They're a bit pricey, that's true. But they'll get us out of this crisis.
How much?
I don't want money. I want independent operating rights for this workshop. From now on, all output of the workshop won't go through you anymore. It will go directly to the army. All you need to do is seal the account books.
If I agree, I become a useless figurehead. If I refuse, I'll be dead right here, right now. Deal. But let me warn you. If this shipment doesn't shut those Northern Yin barbarians up, we're both going down together.
Go get that special batch of supplies from the warehouse.
That batch? Wasn't it reserved for our own cavalry?
It works the same for Northern Yen. I mixed a large amount of thirst-inducing ingredient into those cans. The more they eat, the more water they'll need. Northern Yen's army is being slowly turned by me into a pet that can't survive without my supplies. You still need to go talk to the Northern Yen envoy. Tell him we have more than enough cans, but for the price. They have to seed 2 more pastures from the northern grasslands.
This petty official doesn't want to defend the city at all. He's selling out the entire Northern Yen territory, and all this is happening right under those barbarians' noses, all they think. They're getting a good deal and laughing about it. This eerie silence is terrifying. If the supply of these cans is cut off for even a day, this army will absolutely immediately turn into a mob that only knows how to loot. General, the envoy from Fengzhou City is here. He brought the supply contract. Sign the contract and get our supplies.
General, the contract is signed. The cans of biscuits are all on the wagons.
And that's not all.
To thank you, General, for your favor towards our quality goods. I've also included 10 barrels of filtered clean water as a gift.
Linny, aren't you afraid that after they regain their strength, they'll turn around and kill us?
Masterway, look at what state they're in right now. Do they look like they have the strength to fight, or even to farm? What they got isn't supplies. It's a chain of dependence they can never break free from.
On Imperial orders, I'm here to reclaim authority. Linny colluded with Northern Yen. Trading military supplies for territory is treason. Seize him now. The Sky Patrol Division is the Emperor's death squad. They don't answer to eunuchs, nor to civil officials. They obey only the Imperial tyranny. In the face of such rations, I'm just expendable fodder. Run! Linny, what do you have to say for yourself?
This is science.
Your so-called technology is nothing but sorcery that brings chaos to the world. His Majesty decreed not only your death, but also the burning of all your workshops to ashes.
Sir, how did you get here?
Rode hard, took only 3 days.
And your supplies?
We marched by imperial decree, carrying 3 days' rations.
Only 3 days' worth. Perfect. This makes things easier. These 30,000 troops, plus your 100 elite soldiers, are now all dependent on my supply chain in Fengzhou City.
What are you planning?
Wait, we're going to have 40 workshop manufacturing design. This is for flame power. Let them also take back the supply chain for these 30,000 Northern Yen troops. Let them also take back the supply chain for these 30,000 Northern Yen troops. General Wang Yen, the Sky Patrol Division from the court is here. They say your canned food must now be requested from the Emperor in the capital. They also plan to burn the workshops that make your canned food. Your canned food must now be requested from the Emperor in the capital. They also plan to burn the workshops that make your canned food.
Anyone who cuts off my food is my enemy.
Sir, now you must face not only the Northern Yen army, but also a force driven mad by hunger. And your logistics last only 3 days. How will you win this round? He finally realized what I built wasn't a commercial empire, but a death trap woven from hunger and satisfaction. In this trap, there's no imperial power, no law, only the most primal relationship of supply and demand. And I'm the sole master of the switch in that relationship.
This is the result you wanted? You dare collude with foreign enemies, plotting against an imperial official?
You see, this is why I dislike dealing with you imperialists. You always think brandishing an imperial edict will make the world bow. Unfortunately, the Emperor's decree won't fill the bellies of these 30,000 men.
It's over. Completely finished. An army representing the imperial throne was annihilated by a bunch of barbarians. This is a profound disgrace in Great Waste history. Even if this military supervisor makes it back alive, I'll still end up getting cut into 1,000 pieces. What exactly are you?
I'm just a qualified logistics supervisor. Lord Way, right now outside the city, there are only two kinds of people. One is my clients, the other is trouble that blocks my money flow. And I usually get rid of any trouble.
The Linny court wants you captured, and I want grain. What should we do?
General Wan Yin, the second part of our contract officially starts now. It says that the death of the Heavenly Patrol Division will be blamed on Northern Yin, and it has nothing to do with me. The court's Heavenly Patrol Division was ambushed by rogue troops outside Fengzhou City. The entire unit was wiped out, and their leading official died in the line of duty. As for that, Lord Wei, he will write a memorial telling the Emperor everything is fine here. Supply trade is advancing steadily, and he'll advise the Emperor to increase the military funding allocation for Fengzhou City.
Linny, starting from today, the sky of this northern border only recognizes your supply convoys.
Very good. Lord Wei, bring paper and ink. Write that memorial nicely. Make the Emperor think this is his cornucopia. Right now, the Northern Yin Army is my personal security. Fengzhou City is my production base. And the court has become my investor. But that's not enough.
Detected host has completed the reverse control task. System reward. Automatic production line module upgrade from single practical production. Evolved into a full category civilian industrial mother machine.
Since the Imperial power wants to rule this world with swords, then I'll crush Imperial power completely. But its goal isn't to let me make money at all. It's hoarding energy. If this world is destined to be harvested by this so-called system, then before the harvest begins, I will pull this world's technology tree up to level 2, a height that even the system can't parse. I will turn this empire into a true industrial behemoth. 3 years. It only took 3 years. I'm no longer the peddler who survived selling kin goods. I am the true hub of this land. My logistics network has already covered the entire Great Wei dynasty, and even extended deep into the northern border. But this isn't just transportation. This is me laying the nervous system for this whole world.
Warning, abnormal civilization energy index detected in this plane. System energy recovery rate exceeds standard. Plane logical balance has been damaged. Executing plan. Force rollback. Erase all industrial products.
It's panicking. That proves my guess is right. This system is nothing but a huge farmer. It supported me because it needs an agent to raise civilization until it's fat enough. Then he reaps. What he harvests is the energy generated by this world in the collision of war and civilization.
Enormous cracks appear in the sky. It's like a fracture at some data level.
That's the system preparing to format the world.
What do we do?
We don't need to do anything. It wants energy, the progress of civilization's development. In that case, I'll give it something it absolutely cannot handle. This isn't a normal attack. It's a malicious overload. I've turned the entire civilization into a single, massive financial bomb containing toxic assets.
Warning, detected massive data influx. Computation core overflow. Logic chain fracture.
He's trying to rebalance the energy. But I didn't give him the chance. You think you're a god, able to set prices arbitrarily in this market, in the face of a truly industrialized civilization. The growth of any managed civilization is uncontrollable.
Warning, logic error. System self-termination.
That so-called God, that so-called system, at this moment, became a string of useless, unrunnable code.
Sir, the national railway lines are now fully laid. Our canned goods can reach the border in 3 days now. And we've just developed the rail. True electric lighting system. The entire capital won't be dark at night anymore. Laolin's side is ready to set the bridge girders. Are you going to take a look?
Going right now. No system tasks, no so-called quest points. All of this was created by them. This is the real world. We're no longer players. Nor are we NPCs. We are the masters of this civilization. In this era, without a script or forced tasks, filled with infinite unknowns and challenges, we finally possess the most precious treasure, the right named future, in this truly human industrial age. Our lives have only just begun.